Alright, so for some it's been a day since the Pure Fiction reset. I am a little bit late on it because I did forget it was going to reset, but I'm here with the best characters and the characters you should be using for this Pure Fiction. So buckle up because this is going to be a video where I rapid fire characters and bullet points pretty much of reasons of why they're good. Covering both halves, it's going to cover the DPSs. It'll also know if they're more of the like supportive or like specific to like dot or something. Also, we'll be talking about the supports, so harmony buffers and also sustains. Once again, it's going to be very fast paced, so buckle up. Like I said before I get to the video, drop a like, drop a sub, hit the bell icon for more videos like this. Let's get straight into it. So first, looking at the buffs we do have this one returning. When allies use their ultimate to attack an enemy target, inflicts the target with shatter, stacking up to 6 times. At the start of the target's turn or when the target is defeated, deals a set amount of damage to the target and adjusts the targets based on the number of shatter stacks. And then actually taking a look at the buffs we got when enemy targets with shatter are defeated, increases damage dealt by ultimates for all allies in this battle by 15%, stacking up to 20 times. We have increasing damage dealt by shatter by 20%. When triggered, applies 1 stack of shatter to adjacent targets. And then one for follow-up characters. When allies' follow-up attacks hit enemy targets, there's a 60% chance to apply 1 stack of shatter to the target. This effect can only be triggered 1 time per attack per enemy target. So for the first half, the main weaknesses are quantum and physical, and what better is the other Pure Fiction queen being Jade. Since they are weak to quantum, she's going to work fantastically if you are pairing her with the right character. So regardless, it still does depend on who you pair with, but assuming you pair with the proper AoE character and someone that can actually make use of her, she is going to be really good, giving that person speed, additional damage dealt. They do consume a bit of HP, but it's not really an issue, so just make sure you watch that in case you do get low for some reason. But the extra speed is going to let them get more turns, and then if that character is fast, you're going to be able to rack up Jade really quickly, being able to proc the talent follow-up attack, which is going to be really good. And then her ultimate further enhances the follow-up attack, which is going to practically clear the field from how strong it is. And since there are practically always 5 enemies on the field, it is going to be easy to hit everyone, and when you do hit everyone, that gives Jade the most stacks. And Jade's own follow-up attack can hit everyone on the field as well. Both her ultimate and her talent are both AoE full, so all 5 enemies will be hit, giving her a bunch of stacks, doing a bunch of damage for all that. So overall, she's going to be a fantastic option for buffing your teammate with speed and extra damage dealt from quantum, and then also being able to do really good damage herself. Another fantastic option is the new limited 5-star Yunli. She's going to be great because she's able to practically parry enemies, and then with this broken counter, wipe the absolute field of enemies because of how strong it is. So getting into a call practically means those 5 enemies on the field, preferably if they're not elite, and even if they are elite, can practically just one-shot them if you have the proper build. She also works amazing with Jade, so if you have both of those, you're going to be clearing that like no tomorrow. She's just going to be really good because even without the ultimate, she does have the blast counter, which you're able to do pretty often if you do get hit. But playing it properly so you can get into a call most of the time, just like how you play her anywhere else, in order to get the best value out of her damage. So Yunli is a great option. And just like Yunli, the downgraded version, or I guess the one that got power crept, Clara is going to be really good as well, since she is also able to do AoE with her skill that actually does pretty good damage, and she's also able to counter herself. And for her ultimate, she's able to launch counters regardless of who is attacked, so if anyone on her team is attacked, you get to actually retaliate with a counter with the ultimate up. And the ultimate does enhance the whole counter stuff, so you're able to do a lot of damage, and so Clara herself can dish out a lot of damage just like Yunli can, so she is a great option as well. And to no shockers, since they are finally weak to physical, Argenti, the boy, is back. He's going to be able to completely shred through them with his ultimate. You want to mostly play it to where you do not get the 180 ultimate, because looping the ultimate is going to be better, because for the most part, a proper built and supported Argenti is going to be able to kill them with this, but this will be better for the wave 3 anyways. But besides his ultimate, his skill also doing a lot of damage. Since he doesn't need to hit a few times to rack up, this is going to be easy to do in Pure Fiction as well. So racking this up fully gives you a bunch of crit rate, dealing more damage if you aren't able to wiggle an enemy down fully if you have a sub-DPS such as Jade, as once mentioned. So mainly for the capability of FGO looping in ultimate, especially since they're now weak to physical, he's going to absolutely shred through them, so Argenti is another great option. And they are not weak to ice, but there is a surprising amount of ice enemies in this Pure Fiction, and Herta is practically good regardless whatever the Pure Fiction is. And there's also one to benefit follow-up attacks and ultimate, so she also gets the benefits of both. So Herta is going to be a great option too. mainly because she's able to proc default attacks, and once again, there's a surprising amount of enemies weak to ice in this, so both the ultimate being AoE, talent being AoE, she's also able to shred through them. And with her practically being free multiple times, most people will have her around the E6 category, so you're able to benefit from all the eidolons as well. So Herta is going to be a fantastic option as well. Moving on to the second half, no surprise that they are weak to lightning. Acheron is going to absolutely destroy this half. Everything she does is just going to shred through them. Her skill kills any side enemies pretty much. Her ultimate is going to wipe the field, and since she is reaping the benefits of this being a mainly ultimate focused pure fiction, she is going to be benefiting a lot because her main output comes from the ultimate. Hitting every single enemy, once you're stacking up the actual shadow stuff, you're able to do even more damage as the battle progresses, and then eventually this ultimate is just going to one-shot everything from the beginning, and at the end is practically going to keep one-shotting everything. So building a team around her will practically make it very easy to get a full clear. Only thing you gotta worry about is the whole trace if you do have E0, where you need 2 Deceit characters, but even then there are good Deceit characters that also match the typing that you need that you could take, so this isn't too much of an issue. You just need to work around it. Make sure you do this because you want to get the full benefits, and if you have the E2, it's that much easier. So Acheron is going to be one of the best options, if not the best option for second half. And you are actually able to sort of do a dot thing with this because Kafka is going to be really good, also being able to weakness break them because she is lightning, and even pairing her with Acheron is a viable idea to absolutely shred through them, but you can still build a dot team around the second half. So with her whole dot stuff and being the dot enabler, being able to deal actual toughness damage since they are weak to lightning, ultimate being able to get that back pretty fast because Kafka is very fast and attacks a lot, so she's going to be able to generate her ultimate back very quickly and proc the dots multiple times. She herself also has a follow-up attack, so that's going to be very helpful extra damage, and since so many enemies just die in perfection, this trace right here is going to be active a lot if you are properly able to defeat them with shock. So if you are able to do that, you're going to get your energy back a lot, and you'll be able to generate your ultimate back a lot, so that's going to be really good. And Kafka, depending on the team you do, is a very good option as well. And shockingly, Jingwan also works very well because his ultimate is not the main source of damage, but there is one that benefits follow-up attacks, and his follow-up attack is going to practically wipe the field on its own. So building up the Lightning Lord, while it might be slower than other characters like Acheron, obviously he's still going to be very good. The whole ultimate buff of this pure fiction again once benefits him because his ultimate can actually do pretty good damage. His skill does not do that much damage at all, but for the most part, building up the Lightning Lord, having the Lightning Lord kill everything, overall it's going to be a really good option. So if you do have Jingwan and you might not have the other options, he is going to work completely fine. So Jingwan is a good option. And for the fire sides, obviously Firefly is going to be the other best one for this half because they are all already weak to fire, so she's able to shred through them even better. So building a break team around Firefly, you're going to absolutely kill every single enemy, easily shred through their weakness bars, not let them practically play the game, and just once again decimate all of them. Firefly being an extremely fast character, so being able to generate a bunch of turns on her own without the help of much harmony supports is going to be really good. So getting up with the ultimate, going into complete combustion, and absolutely killing everything on the field. And when you do get out of complete combustion, you're able to get a bunch of energy back, so it really doesn't matter if you're out of it. When you get out of it, you pop skill twice and boom, you have it back, and you go again, and you're in there for a while, and you absolutely kill through everything. So Firefly is a very good option, and alongside the best option with Acheron. To no surprise, for this half, Himiko is going to be great because they are also once again weak to fire. So with the whole Victory Rush follow-up attack, she's going to benefit a ton from this, and her ultimate also being able to do a bunch of damage as well. Both ways, whether you take the follow-up stuff and run it on a follow-up team, or you just run it with a main buff team of ultimate with another DPS, it's going to be very good. Himiko, once again, just like Herta, is practically always broken on this mode, so them being weak to fire and also being able to benefit her is just very good. Even at base, even if the buffs didn't really benefit follow-up attack or ultimate, she would still really be good. So with it doing that, it's already going to be better. And so Himiko is going to be a great option as well. If you are running a follow-up based team, Topaz is going to be very good as well, since she is also fire and able to debuff enemies, albeit it is single target debuffs, but since she's able to attack a lot and you're able to shift the targets a lot, depending on your team, if you are taking different types of AoE characters, she can function well. You'd mainly debuff the elite enemy or the main enemy, while your other follow-up characters are kind of clearing out the side enemies, or another DPS you have there that might have stuff considered a follow-up attack. And with the help of this trace, and once again the being weak to fire and the mobs in perfection not being too tanky, Topaz herself is going to be able to shred through them as well. But once again, do know to get the full benefits, you want to take her on more of a follow-up attack team. And so you're probably going to want another follow-up attack character that is able to do a lot of damage. So this one is very team dependent, but Topaz can be a very good option. And Guanifin is going to be a fantastic debuffer for this as well for the second half, since they are weak to fire. You're able to break them with Guanifin. She's able to do good toughness damage, and being able to debuff the enemies with Fire Kiss to make enemies take more damage, so your main DPS can pop off even more. Even better if you're running her on a dot team with Kafka. Kafka Guanifin is going to be very, very good on this half, since they're weak to both types of weaknesses, and they work fantastic together because Guanifin not only is a debuffer, she is also a dot character. You're able to use her in both ways, and since she is a 4-star and was given up for free multiple times, people might have dupes, and her dupes are all very helpful as well. So overall, Guanifin is another fantastic option. For the Harmony buffers, Robin is going to be a great option for a crit based DPS. Even with dot, she's just good with everything pretty much, since the follow-up stuff it's really good for follow-up characters, but you can really ignore this trace because it is 25% crit damage dealt. It is only benefiting follow-up characters, but with everything else she does, it just practically benefits everyone, increasing damage dealt, giving a bunch of attack percent, which practically everyone can use. Even dot characters love that, and they also love the damage dealt given. She gives crit damage, which is only good for crit DPSs, but it's there for whatever. You can ignore it if you're taking her on a dot team, but for the fact that she gives everyone on the team a extra turn. So you pop her ultimate, everyone on the team goes, everyone's getting a bunch of attack, and they're also dealing additional physical damage. So everything Robin provides is going to be extremely beneficial on practically any team you run, so she is a great option as well. To no surprise, Ron May is going to be very good. Practically working on every team just like Robin as well. She is mainly going to be on your break team if you're taking that, or your dot team, because that's where she works best. Giving damage dealt, weakness break efficiency, giving all-type res pen, doing additional break damage while you're breaking someone. Everyone getting more speed so they can attack more is going to be really good. And on top of that, giving break effect to your allies. So again, for the most part, you're going to be running her on a break team if you're running that, or a dot team, but there are other teams that you could take her on anyway. So if you're even running her on a follow-up team, it's going to work, because everything she does provide benefits literally everyone in the game. Speed, very good. Damage dealt, extremely good. All-type wrist pen, insane. Weakness break efficiency, especially as something like Pure Fiction where they might be able to attack you a few times, is going to be very good. So Ron May is another fantastic option. Another great option is going to be Sparkle. You're mainly going to be running a mainly focused hyper carry DPS if you are running Sparkle, since she is able to give them a 50% action forward, which is practically always a turn with a proper tuned Sparkle, and also buffing the absolute hell out of your crit damage, so she is only good with crit DPSs. And then the ultimate letting you get a bunch of skill points, along with the talent overcapping your skill points to 7 instead of 5. She is going to be extremely broken because of everything she provides, and on top of that, she gives attack percent and also damage dealt. So everything she provides is going to be really good. She's going to let you practically attack a lot with your hyper carry DPS. On top of that, let you spam skill because of the skill points she provides, and also the overcap helping with that, increasing their damage dealt, giving attack percent, and buffing the living hell out of their crit damage. So Sparkle is a great option. Another great option is going to be Bronya, because she is able to give you a full turn regardless of what you do, and also dispel a debuff and increase that ally's damage by 66%. And on top of that, with her ultimate, she gives everyone attack percent and also buffs their crit damage based on her own for 2 turns. And so instead of Sparkle with it just being 1, she's able to buff everyone's crit damage. So practically similar reasons that I said the Sparkle, minus the skill points. With skill points, you'd have to manage it very well with Bronya because she is very skill point hungry. Outside of that, for the same reasons, is going to be really good. And this for the mainly second half is going to be Asta, because she is fire and also deals damage besides from her ultimate. She's able to help practically reduce enemies' toughness and also buff your allies' attack. On top of that, giving you 50 speed is insane. So just for mainly those 2 reasons, Asta is going to be very good. And as for the best sustains, no shocker, the best one is going to be Aventurine. Him practically making it to where you never have to really worry about taking damage as long as you do have a proper build where the shield is up. And with his ultimate making enemies take 15% more crit damage dealt depending on the one you hit. So popping this on the main boss is going to be really good, because now whenever you're doing AoE damage and you crit them, they'll take increased damage from that. And then on top of that, being able to actually do damage himself with his own follow-up attack and his ult being able to hit decently hard, he's going to be helping you wiggle down enemies as well, and also be able to kill some. So Aventurine is going to be the best option. Another fantastic option is Feixiao, because she is able to also make it to where you're practically immortal in Pure Fiction, because there's not really a big attack that you need to worry about. Her buffing everyone's max HP and also giving everyone 12% crit rate practically makes her a budget harmony support as well. Her ultimate also being able to deal damage, and anytime you do fall below 50% HP, she heals it back for the most part. And so you practically, for the same reason of Aventurine, there isn't really a big AoE that can kind of kill her, in Pure Fiction at least. So she's able to take those hits, heal it back very efficiently, ultimate being able to help you wiggle down enemies and also providing your main DPS with crit rate and everyone in the team with more survivability of the max HP. Everything she provides is just going to be really good, so Feixiao is a very, very good option as well. Jiaoqiu is another fantastic option because she's able to, one, cleanse you and also be able to heal you a bunch, and the ultimate, for the main reason, giving everyone 20% of their respective max energy, is going to be extremely broken, and also buffing their attack by a whole 40% is going to be insane. So practically every team you take her on is going to just benefit from this a lot, because who doesn't love getting their ultimate back besides characters like Acheron and Firefly, who have kind of unique ones. So they might not benefit from that, but they will benefit from the attack percent, and once again every other character will benefit from the energy besides those two, and attack percent, for the most part every character can benefit from that as well. And then once again being able to heal a bunch, so you practically don't have to worry about dying either, and also being a healer with a cleanse is going to be very good. So Jiaoqiu is a great option. And Gallagher is going to be very, very good, mainly on the second half. Even if you're not taking a break team, he's just going to be really good. Since he's able to heal a good amount, you mainly want to have the E2 though, so you do have a cleanse just in case. And his actual healing output is very good because it is offensive healing, and offensive healing in this game is very good, especially in Pure Fiction where you want to constantly be killing enemies. And he himself is able to do really good damage. So even on a team where you're not running a break team, so if you're not taking him with Firefly, he's still going to perform his role of healing very well and also be able to do good damage and also being able to break them himself. And if you are running him on a break team, you get that much more of a benefit because he's able to wiggle down toughness bars very, very easily to help Firefly break and also make enemies take more break damage from the besotted state. So Gallagher is another fantastic option. And so for some options of where you kind of want to take what buff, for the most part, I'm going to get this one out the way first. If you're taking a follow-up team that's less reliant on the ultimate, so just a general follow-up attack team or something like Jade Yunli can make use of practically anything here because she's able to all a good amount, but since you're running over Jade and most parts will be follow-up attacks, this one is going to be a better option. But overall, Clara, follow-up team, for the most part, follow-up characters will use this one. And then honestly, both of these are really good for ultimate, so it's up to you if you want to do more damage by your ultimate. Defeating an enemy with Shatter and getting an increased stacking up is going to be good. And if you want Shatter to do more damage, which you'll need to do ultimate a lot to get, and it also applies to just on enemies, it just really depends on what you want to do. So a team that's able to do a lot of damage and get their ult a lot can benefit from this more since they'll already be doing enough damage. But someone that might not be able to do too much damage but is able to get their ult a decent amount would benefit from this one more, so their ultimate could start killing more enemies. And yeah, that is the guide. I know, fast paced. Let me know what you guys are using. Comment some stuff you're using to help out other players potentially. And yeah, that's like I said. Peace out.